In what may be the biggest get woke, go broke of all time, Wal Mart is saying no more DEI. They are the latest firm to join the growing trend. Ford, John Deere, Toyota, other major companies are ditching controversial DEI policies. My friends, victory. That's why I said the popular vote is so important. Now, I love this narrative that the left is pushing, that Trump no longer has the popular vote because he's now less than 50%. I don't know if that's exactly true just yet, but they claim that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, despite the fact that she only had 48%. So either Trump won the popular vote in the election that matters, or Hillary Clinton never did. I mean, at this point, I'd be willing to assume they're going to say Hillary Clinton never did, and they're going to try and rewrite history. But as of right now, Trump still holds 50%. So cry more about it. But this is huge. Walmart is the biggest retailer. This is a nuclear bomb for wokeness. This is why they're all going to flee, run to blue sky, and isolate themselves from the world. The funny thing is, there's this viral clip where Scott Jennings points out that under Elon Musk's guidance, X has become the most ideologically balanced social media platform. And the CNN panel goes, they start losing their minds. And it's funny. They're like, what's your source on that? And he goes, this network. And they're like, no, it's wrong. You're right. CNN is wrong. Well, here's the news. We'll jump to that segment probably later. Walmart is making a slate of changes to its DEI policies, become the latest in a growing list of major corporations to halt the so-called woke initiatives. Anti-woke activist and filmmaker Robbie Starbuck, who has been leading a campaign exposing major corporations' woke policies, said on next Monday that he warned Walmart executives last week that he'd be doing a story on wokeness at the retail giant. Instead, Starbuck shared, "We had productive conversations to find solutions." Starbuck outlined the changes Walmart agreed to make, including working to remove sexual and transgender products inappropriately marketed towards children. Wow! And reviewing grants to Pride events to avoid funding sexualized content targeting kids. Walmart clarified that these changes have been in the works for a few years and were not the result of the conversation with Starbuck. Walmart confirmed to Fox Business that plans to change how it monitors products within its marketplace and reviews the funding of grants. The company said that some products that violated its policies have been removed, such as chest binders, products designed to flatten the chest when marketed to children. What the? Jeez. Well, okay, Walmart, it's a good place to start. The company also confirmed it will review all grants, especially for community events, to ensure they promote an appropriate environment for children. However, Walmart will continue to support Pride celebrations. I don't know if I accept that. So the company has also decided not to extend the Racial Equity Center it launched in 2020 as a 5-year initiative. Walmart also joined an array of companies in recent months, including Ford, John Deere, to end participation in the Human Rights Campaign Corporate Equality Index, which is an annual survey and report used to gauge policies, practices, and benefits pertinent to LGBTQ plus employees. Walmart confirmed it was notified about the Starbucks video last week. Walmart does not generally comment on politics. This is why I say, my friends, the popular vote mattered so much. These corporations are scared. After the Bud Light implosion, I don't see how Bud Light recovers. They've tried doing these commercials with Shane Gillis, and people are trying real hard, but just stop. Just stop. You know, Dana White, UFC, they take on Bud Light, and they're like, we don't care. We'll take the money. It's like, fine, sure, whatever. But you can't save the brand. They lit Bud Light on fire, and there's no recovering it. Dylan Mulvaney was not popular by any stretch of the imagination. And that's so brutal. Everybody likes Yingling, though. Walmart knows exactly what is up. Exactly what is up. Now, my friends, there is an anti-woke brand you can choose from. Cask Brew Coffee. Go to caskbrewcoffee.com and buy coffee to support the show. I will tell you, it's not so much that the Cask Brew is anti-woke. It's just a corporation that's not going to play games in that way. We make coffee. It's good coffee. Support the show. But there is a lot to celebrate when it comes to the DEI stuff. Washington Commanders agree to uncancel Redskins logo. I say bring back the name. Seriously, it's insane that they're destroying iconic 100-year-old brands and teams because some white liberal got offended. Enough. Washington Commanders. Well, they're going to stay the Commanders. They're not going to say Redskins, but they're talking about bringing back the logo.
We were calling out leaders on a case of really woke gone wrong. The irony that they were canceling Native American culture as the DEI movement went way too far. Look, this is honoring a Blackfeet chief who was born in Montana. He's highly esteemed. The Blackfeet tribe of Montana, their current chairman and the tribal council signed a letter in strong support to bring the logo back. It honors Indian country. So we've had good discussions with the NFL and with the Commanders. There's good faith negotiations going forward that's going to allow this logo to be used again. Perhaps revenues going to a foundation that could help Native Americans in sports and so forth. We're making good progress. And based on the good faith negotiations, I made a decision to support this bill yesterday in the committee.
I know that they put a plaque up at Northwest Stadium honoring Wetzel and the logo. It'll be great to see it back on the helmets again. Senator, thanks so much for joining.
This controversy was fake from the get-go, but this shows you that we are winning. Now, I want to give an honorable mention to our good friend Kyle Kalinske, who's getting roasted over this meme. A man who's it's a bunch of scientists, and then one guy saying, yes, you are all wrong, and it's a man who saw a YouTube video. I'm gonna dive into this in another segment later because I want to go into more detail, but I had to bring it up now because it just shows you the cult mentality of the people who simply fall in line with whatever they're told to do. But that being said, I got to give the man some creds for refusing to accept reality. Woke is broke. MSNBC, Joe Scarborough and Michael Brzezinski came out and they said these policies cost us the election. Wall Street Journal says that the trans issue was a sleeper issue. An undecided voter in the New York Times said that she was radicalized by the issue of men in women's sports. That's the game they want to play. I have this video that I want to play for you, and I want to get a little bit into where I think this is going and how this is going to end. But woke is broke, my friends. Take a listen to this video from CNN.
We moved to Maryland to be able to access gender-affirming care for Katie. What that looks like is therapy services, it's clothing, it's haircuts, and at this age, it is a hormone blocker to prevent her from going through puberty.
This is my hormone blocker right here.
Could that treatment be reversed at some point?
Yes, absolutely.
That is not correct. That is absolutely wrong. It cannot be reversed. You see, the left is playing fast and loose with these definitions of what reversal really means. It can be stopped. It can't be reversed because a child's development is from, you are literally growing till you're 24. Pausing that at any moment, you can't go back in time to pre-development. Your body keeps developing absent puberty.
It's really a pause button. Katie gets more time to live in the body that she has now.
On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care.
Trump has promised federal restrictions on transgender rights, including far stricter rules about gender-affirming care, especially for minors. One trans rights organization saw a nearly 700% increase in calls to their crisis hotline after the election.
What would happen if your daughter didn't get that care?
She would end up going through puberty, and it would be traumatizing to her.
Why?
To see all of those things happen to her body.
I know. Now, I want to clarify, too, that the reason I'm highlighting this video is in regards to, the reason why I pulled it up for this segment is Robbie Starbuck's conversations with Wal Mart about removing these products from Wal Mart and how I think this is ultimately going to go by the wayside. The first domino that you'll see is Walmart saying, we are not going to sell these products, sending weird sexual ideas to children. Now, as to this mother, I believe that she is likely suffering some debilitating mental disorder. And I hope she gets the assistance she needs. I also lay some blame on the father for not standing up. But I understand a lot of these parents, they see the TV and they believe this stuff to be real, but they've not read the literature. They've not read the science. Puberty blockers are not reversible. Let me stress this again. They will lie to you. They will manipulate you. They are not telling you the truth. If a child is growing and developing from the ages of 0 until 24, a human being, at any point, if you stunt hormonal development, the body continues to grow. They will gain height. They will develop just in a different way. When the puberty blockers are stopped, they don't go back in time and revert back. You're not going to be 10 years old be given puberty blockers, then at 12, take the puberty blockers out, and then shrink back to a 10-year-old to go through that development again. It's a lie.
I know you get some treatment from doctors, from other care. What would happen if you didn't get that?
I would be upset and scared.
In the LGBTQ community, the suicide rate is high for those who are not being supported by their caregivers.
We want her to survive childhood.
So families like Katie's are trying to prepare for what's ahead, even drafting an asylum application.
We have to start thinking about a backup plan.
If push comes to shove, we will need to go north. We will go to Canada.
What would it take for your family to say, we need to leave this country?
The federal healthcare ban would likely be the moment we know that it's time to leave here.
I believe that a woman like that has been largely indoctrinated by television and by these markets. And so there's probably a lot more to go into as it pertains to that segment on CNN particularly. But the point here is Wal Mart specifically saying chest binders and other products are being done away with. And they've been planning this for a while. It shows that the narrative in the mainstream is to do away with these fractured ideas that harm children. You can't put a glossy documentary coating over it and have CNN try and act like it's some good thing to be promoted in defiance of real healthcare and science. You can't masquerade for much and make this a thing. So we've seen it for the past decade or so. But now I think Walmart and Target and other companies pulling back on these products, it makes it clear something is not right. You can't just push these things through. I say, my friends, in a lot of ways, wokeness is broke. And that's more than just these businesses. I guess I'm trying to clarify. I'm trying to articulate. What I see with a video like that is indicative of the end of the greater wokeness. Now, CNN may have that documentary. They can say these things whenever it aired. I don't know. But the big corporations are the first dominoes to fall. Then when you get no market support for any of these ideas, then when Donald Trump comes and bans these practices, the idea will slip away. Doctors will start singing a different tune, whatever makes money for some of these big pharma companies. And then parents are going to be like, whatever the TV tells me. I'll wrap it up there. Smash that like button, share the show with everyone you know. Become a member over at timcast.com to support our work, and we'll see you all in the next segment.